what is the point of debates and discussions? Notice that all discussion and all debates really lead to either agreement or disagreement. But what even is an agreement and what is a disagreement? When you agree with someone or when you disagree with someone, that means that your perspectives are different. You view a situation or a thing in a different way. But notice that disagreement is necessary because we have to view things in different ways. I mean, if we are different and if we have completely different perceptions and paradigms, then obviously we have to see things differently. But the problem comes when people think that there is one true perspective. And that's really the issue with science. Science as a religion teaches you that there is this one specific perspective that is the truth. But notice that all perspectives are limited and all perspectives are, by definition, what a perspective is a subjective perception. There can't be no objective paradigm or objective perspective. And to build on top of the episode I made before about the external world, because there is no external world, then obviously there is no need for one objective perspective, because what reality is a perspective. Science thinks that there is this external world, objective external world, and then we have to find the right perspective to to explain this world and to explain everything in this world. So obviously there will always be disagreement because there is no one external world, but there are only perceptions of the external world which are different for every person, and every person has a different paradigm and different assumptions about the world. So we can't agree on one true perspective because there is no one true perspective. We need to really build on top of my episodes. Like, if you don't get that there is no external world, objective external world, then obviously you might say something like, oh, but science is objective and science is in pursuit of finding the true perspective of the world. But notice that science, there is nothing objective with science. Science is completely subjective to the person who is doing the science. Science is a collection of people who are creating their theories and perspectives of the world. Without the person, there can't be no science. And if the person changes, then science changes as well. So there is nothing objective about science. If you give science to your dog, he will get much different conclusions about reality than you will get. But the problem is that because you see other humans doing the similar science to you, then you think that there can be this one true perspective, but you just need to agree on it and you need to fine tune it. Humans have similar perceptions as you, but in the end, they're, they have completely different perspectives. And nothing really proves that if you have similar perceptions, that means that the external world is like that. You are proving yourself the appearance of the external world, and you're proving your perspective by community. If you didn't hang out with people who had the similar perspective on life, then you wouldn't be so sure about the objectiveness of your science and objectiveness of your perspective. In the same way that people used to think that the earth is flat, because everyone thought that the world is flat. And nowadays, everyone thinks that the world is round. So it's very easy to have similar perspectives to others. And society, as a big ego, society needs an ego to really survive. Society then tries to push on and adapt this perspective so that everyone sees reality in the same way. So that's the need for agreement on perspectives and agreement on in conclusions in general, and agreement in discussions and debates. Like, people are trying, and society as an ego is trying to create this one this one perspective that will then figure out the world. If you want to see the moon through a telescope, then you have to first develop awareness around the telescope. You need to see what is the tool that you're using to see the moon. If your telescope is different than someone else's, then obviously you can't see the same. If you first don't know how the telescope works, then the picture you see doesn't mean anything. If you don't even know yourself and your psychology, then how do you expect to know the world and the reality? If the world and reality is viewed by you and is viewed through you. If you want to see the moon, then you have to first fix up your telescope and realize how your telescope works and everything. And that said, then hopefully you notice that there is no need for disagreement or agreement, because, like we uncovered, every perspective is relatively true. It's true for you, it's true for the person, but it's not objectively true. If you want to know the truth, you have to transcend all perspectives. And you need to transcend all the subjectiveness and all the humanness that you put on to reality. So let go of all need for agreement and disagreement. Like, you need to prove to someone that the world is round and the world is flat, or whatever. Whatever you need to prove, there is nothing to prove. Only one who wants to get others to agree with him and to convince someone of something is the ego. The ego needs others to see reality and the world in the same way, so then the ego can feel safe, and it can feel like it has reality figured out and like it has reality grounded. And that's it. Hope you liked the video, hope you enjoyed it, and hope you realized the absurdity of discussions and debates in general. If you like the video, be sure to like or comment, or yeah, subscribe if you're new, so you don't miss other videos that I'll be posting out in the future. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.